contrary to belief, I am more than just a CV captain. I do have other ships I enjoy playing, one of which is the Tier 6 Premium from the Commonwealth, the Perth. Now, it's not just because I'm from Australia that I really like the Perth, but it's got a lot of really different, what would you call them, different traits from some of the other cruisers, which leads to some really interesting things in games. Now, this is a game I recently played, probably my best Perth game ever for a multitude of reasons, but we're going to highlight the really fun parts and kind of the cool parts of this game. So firstly, let's skip ahead until I actually get into battle. On this map, whenever I go sea from the north side, I always seem to get killed very, very quickly. So what I decided to do was I'm going to take the middle channel going into sea this time. For those who don't own a Perth or have never looked into the Perth, let me just give you a quick rundown of the ship. Tier 6 Premium, 27,000 health points, hydro, spotting plane, and smoke. Now the smoke is a little bit different in the fact that it is a rolling smoke. That is, each smoke puff lasts for 10 seconds, and the smoke duration in total that it puts out smoke, I think base is about 90 seconds, but with the smoke module you can get it out to about 2 minutes. So here we go, we're about to enter battle. We spotted the two, or rather our teammates had spotted the two destroyers over the top, and I was like, cool, I've got this channel I can hide in, you know, I've got hydro to watch for torpedoes, so I'm like, let's go down the channel into sea and let's go like kill ourselves some DDs. It was kind of interesting how that worked out. Let's watch. So like I said, usually every time I go into sea, a destroyer comes in, torps me, I die, I go back to port pretty salty. I see this destroyer driving straight at me. I haven't seen him turn out any torps, and I'm like, great, here we go again. The destroyer does what I do in those situations, panic smacks the smoke, hoping that, you know, the ship within 2Ks of it isn't gonna see it. Buddy, doesn't work like that. Now, I actually didn't see those friendly torpedoes, and I thought, oh great, those are actually gonna kill me while the DD rams. You know, DD's gonna ram me, then I'm gonna take friendly torpedoes, and I'm gonna die. But I actually managed to squeeze through there and somehow live to tell the tale. So you guys thought, great, one close call with the destroyer, but you gotta do things in two. Here we go, second destroyer spotted, the Mahan. Obviously he hasn't thrown torps either, and I'm like, great. I was in this smoke and I was like, cool, I'm gonna be safe here for a few moments, but that wasn't to be the case. But believe it or not, me thinking I'd be safe in the smoke actually prevented me from hitting the first ones. They go on by me, but the second set has now been thrown, and I'm smashing my W key at this point, trying to get forward while shooting at this Mahan, just kind of, you know, hands together, praying that I'll get out of this one alive. Because I wasn't expecting to. And we managed to close quarters expert, you know. Didn't know the Perth had that many secondaries, but hey, dead destroyer, we'll take it. So the team is currently 4 ships up to R1. I was like, sweet, we're gonna cap this out. We'll 3-point turn, and then we'll head into in towards B. Unfortunately, I dirt boat and managed to beach myself. And in which case, I decided, hey, I'm gonna turn around. I'm actually gonna stay south and try and get the flanking shots on the Omaha. For a little while, I don't really do a whole lot as I'm kind of just taking pop shots from my smoke, kind of just rolling through it, kind of enjoying the scenery. You know, my team's doing really well. We're up on points. And then suddenly everything changes. So we very quickly rolled through, and now we're down to 4v4 ships. It's 3 battleships and me versus 3 battleships and a destroyer. Now, they already have the middle cap, and they do have a cap being currently capped by their destroyer. At which point I'm like, well, dude, we need another cap. I've already taken quite a bit of substantial damage, so I'm like, you know what? I'm mosey on out of here and quickly go cap B. So in the time it took me to go get B, unfortunately we lost a battleship, they also lost a battleship. They have completely secured A now, and you know, things aren't looking great for us with both of our battleships pretty low health. However, the good thing is this Warspite shows up, my smoke is ready, my plane is ready, and I'm like, cool. Time to start some fires, time to do that annoying Perth thing. So I go ahead and pop my smoke, I slow myself down to stay in my smoke, pop up my plane, and all we're trying to do is try and take as much health with this Warspite, trying to, you know, rebalance and try and get some pressure off our battleships. So unfortunately in this time where I'm like pop shotting at the Warspite, which honestly, there's not that much more I can do. I had to cap to try and get a little bit of advantage there, and there really wasn't anything else I could shoot at. Unfortunately, our other two battleships go down, and it's just me rolling around with about 9k health, which, for anyone in a Perth, because they are not the most armored cruisers, you know, that's not a fun thing, but I'm like, you know what? We're not giving up. We're going to keep going for it. I know that the Warspite is already repaired several times, so my aim is I'm getting him out. The Destroyer is going to be easy. You know, Destroyers are pretty squishy towards cruisers, and so long as I've got my Hydro available, I'm going to be able to dodge most torpedoes. Touch wood, because I'd already dodged a lot earlier in the match. Unfortunately, the Warspite did manage to take down my float plane, so I was kind of resorted into having to slightly nudge myself out of my smoke, take a quick shot, and then reduce speed to get back in my smoke. Just desperately trying to set this thing on fire and burn him out before the DD came up. And this is where I started getting scared. Not only did the DD pop up on my side, my smoke is completely gone, and the Warspite just repaired. At this point, I'm like, well, one quick salvo, I might as well just try and do what I can do for then. At this point, I kind of struggled deciding between what I want to attack, whether it's the DD or the Warspite. At a certain point, I realized that no, actually, I do need to be attacking the Warspite, trying to get it off me, and I can hold off on the DD. The good thing is that other battleship did actually make its way up to sea and started capping that, so I at least knew that that wasn't going to be an issue for me. Dodge, duck, dive, dip, and dodge was the order we went for on this, just trying to get away from those Warspite shells as we, you know, tried to get our back guns to get this guy back on fire. We eventually succeeded, luckily. But I knew killing the Warspite would not be enough. Given that their additional battleship had made it up to sea, I either needed to kill the destroyer or take a cap back. Why not do both? As I came around this corner, the DD made itself present, and luckily, I had my Hydro up. I was able to pretty well dodge these torpedoes as they came in and just throw HE at him. And luckily, he was like, you know what, Fem? I'm gonna take every one of these HE shells for you. At which point, I'm now internally cheering. I've never carried a game like this in a tier 6 cruiser before. As you guys know, I'm a CV player. But anyway, at this point, we're like, okay, we're gonna go get that cap. We've only got like 2 minutes left on the clock, and we're gonna go with our heads held high, knowing that we carried this game with pretty much only about 8k health from halfway through. So, yeah. Either way, I was super proud of myself for this game. I figured I'd show you guys off, just to see that, you know, Fem can do things right occasionally. Just on occasion, not all the time. But anyway, if you guys like this sort of video, let me know, because we may do some more replay highlights of kind of like this quick, kind of good games and whatnot. So go ahead and like the video if you'd like to see them. If you don't, then don't. No big deal. Hope you have a good time, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.